So I would request Rajaram Prabhu to please come and please glorify Maharaj and please share your.
I didn't see him sitting. Sitting very quiet.
Probably, can you, doctor?
Yes. Yes, Prabhu.
Doctors. So it's the highest degree in graduation, and it's in the best thing. So Guru Maharaj has become Doctor Real, Doctor. But the Doctor Swami, like somebody was using Doctor Dasas and we use Doctor Swami. So the subject matter Maharaj has taken was the Vaishnava sociology, which was most essential for the society, giving insight of how actually a Vaishnava society should be or was there in the previous ages, but what it should be. Maybe we have lost the touch in between. So Maharaj has shown that. One unique thing, maybe not many of you do not know. Generally, PhD is done by a concept called. I was just reading recently. MPhil is more research based, and PhD is more theory based. So generally, PhD is done by Control C, Control V, cut, copy, paste. Most of them, everybody. I know quite a few friends who are just sit on the computer and do it. But probably in the history of maybe at least even if we're able to minimize the history of Usman University, there's only one PhD doctorate who was actually practically done the research going to 180 days. And people I need you to travel with people who traveled with him and people who were making the questionnaires and all that. God, it is like it's something which Maharaj did not do actually PhD for the sake of the doctorate, for getting to the he's wanting to create something, the lost signs of the village culture, the village things. That's a contribution. So we think we cannot do a cut copy paste or a shortcut kind of a thing. So we are all very proud of Guru and such things. Thank you.
Actually, along with Guru Maharaj, Govind Prabhu also played an essential role on getting the admission and different various kinds of coordinations. And he was very much instrumental. And also there are like few other devotees like Shravan Mangal Prabhu, Satyavita Prabhu, and like all of the different leaders like Sri Ram Prabhu was also one of the instrumental of getting Guru Maharaj taking to villages, and even Jananivas Prabhu also in the beginning actually. It all started from Madhava Bhavan actually, from Satyamada Prabhu's house actually. So
without him, I would not be legal in India.
Yeah. So I request Gaur Gopal Prabhu to say a few words.
I didn't know that you will tell me. Hare Krishna, Guru Maharaj. First of all, congratulations for receiving this PhD award. For me, I can't even think of all this PhD thing. I'm already having one PhD degree. Reading picture from past 20 years.
I have to be careful of that too.
But one thing I mean, for me, you are, seriously speaking, this PhD thing is not a big thing for me, as you said. I know one main reason is it was basically Krishna's plan that he should get a visa because of this, and he should go into all the villages were waiting to receive the mercy of Lord. For me, that was the only thing I think he did the PhD. It was purely Krishna's plan that he should go to all the 108 villages. Otherwise, I don't think it was not so easy. I mean, something should force. So that has happened, and I'm very happy that those people who have received his mercy, and that's the best part for. That's the best result. I think that is the PhD. Hare Krishna.
I remember how Guru Maharaj, I've been to a few villages along with Guru Maharaj in Telangana, like Satyamada Prabhu's village and Ram Lakshmana Prabhu's village. And he was like very organized with all the questionnaire, and we used to be quick and ready with all the papers, questionnaires, and with the photos, with the camera, and whatnot. Like organizing all the village people. It just happened. So yeah, and I request Asmandal Prabhu to share a few words.
Accept congratulations to Maharaj actually. Just by being associated with this activity, I remember the first village was Jangam actually, and the first interview was starting there. And you can understand Maharaj's standards are very high, and we were nowhere actually. There was no power sitting. Maharaj still wanted everything to go on. Somehow we are used to compromise. In India, we say chalta. So we thought we'll compromise and do some adjustments here and there. Maharaj, no way. And I think this questionnaire that was there, he ensured that we sat with them and there was no copy paste actually. And I think there are some of the activities, aspects that I remember about the non-compromising quality standards of Maharaj. It's something which we have to learn, and then I think it's a great effort, Maharaj. I think how you have gone through the whole 108 villages, so much of austerity. I think just that you are trying to please Srila Prabhupada and the mission. So we have to learn how we can develop those standards and then try to serve in this mission, even in a small way that we can actually. It's a really memorable event actually. I remember the first village and then a few other villages that been there. The questionnaires, filling those questionnaires was not easy actually. You have to ask them. Sometimes they don't understand the questions, so we have to explain them. One thing I don't know how Maharaj handled this. When we were dealing with the family, all the answers from the family would be same. because it's from the same family, right? I don't know how Maharaj handled. Maybe we'd like to sit with Maharaj and see how he did the statistical analysis and how could he derive the conclusions of his thesis actually. Hare Krishna, thank you.
Yeah, in Odisha, I've seen like Govind Prabhu has shared some of these pictures. How the villages are very simple and in like some mud houses. And Guru Maharaj, when he went there for some the same cause for the research, they're like very basic, the facilities and all. Like even recently, even Maharaj was in South Africa. So there it is like very, very minimum and basic facilities. Still Maharaj was able to, at least, I have to learn so much from my spiritual master, that simplicity. So, and
That was West Africa.
yeah, that was West Africa. I'm sorry. And I request Mahapur Sashi Mataji to say a few words.
Hare Krishna. Congratulations, Guru Maharaj. Amazing effort. I have amazing effort, and yes, without the help of all the devotees, this wouldn't have been easy. Specifically, our Govind Prabhu, who has put his heart and soul in helping Maharaj. His only agenda was to be of support to Guru Maharaj. Um, I wish and pray that Govind Prabhu blessings are with us, and we all should um, improve on our own sadhana. We should work in a way which will make him happy. Yeah, I was not there with Maharaj for the village programs, but um, I've spoken to Govind Prabhu a number of times regarding these village expeditions and also. Thank you so much, Maharaj. And yeah, we will pray and work in a way which will really be bring a smile on Govind Prabhu's face. Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you, Mataji. The day one when Guru Maharaj started that Dharma Gogram Yatra, so of course the title is also yeah. So the day when I was there, actually, so we all went to Narsimapalli, farm community on the day one. That one cow actually gave birth to one calf. So Maharaj named it as Dharma, the day one. So, I request Champakalata Mataji to say a few words.
Hare Krishna, Guru Maharaj. Congratulations to you and to all the devotees who actually supported you in this endeavor. Actually, it is not that you have done your PhD, you have offered something to the society through this Vaishnava Vedic sociology thesis. Anybody in the future who reads this thesis will, I mean, whether he's a devotee or a non-devotee, will understand what exactly Varnashrama Dharma is all about. So I see it more as your blessing and your mercy to the entire humanity, Guru Maharaj. And I did the transcriptions for those almost villages. I understood that the questionnaires were being given by the devotees, like the local devotees were speaking in the local language, and you were sitting next to them and ensuring if the right question is being asked. And even though you had not understood Telugu or other languages properly, but I was just, when I was hearing the whole transcription, I was understanding that you were able to exactly catch the mood of those people and further put a few more questions. So each interview used to be, I mean, it was just 5 or 6 questions, but each interview was almost 1 hour plus. So I understood that the quality was assured. Anybody who picks up these will guarantee to get that knowledge and also understand the mood and essence that you had imbibed from Srila Prabhupada and try to put it in your thesis. Like, it will be a blessing if we are able to have a look at your book also managed today. Thank you so much, blessings and mercy to the humanity. Hare Krishna.
Request Kamalini Mataji to share a few words.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, happy congratulations. I was also fortunate enough to transcribe a few couple of interviews. As Mataji said, you were very, very particular. And the austerities you follow are amazing, Maharaj. Really, just the way you went to all the villages, the hot sun, it was almost summer. Most of the villages that you visited, they must have had around 42 degrees temperature. In spite of all that, as Radha Prabhu said, it's your mercy that you have given to all those people. And some bhagavatams were also presented to them, and some of the villages they're still reading the bhagavatam every day. And so you have touched the lives of so many people through your research. As Champaka Mataji said, it is going to be a great boon to the future generations. So how deeply you put your heart and soul to bring out that Vaishnav sociology for the benefit of future generations. Above all these things, you are dear Guru Maharaj. We try a little bit to follow in your footsteps, Maharaj. Very, very happy. Thank you so much for giving this opportunity. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. So now let us all of us say 3 times Haribol. Abhishek Prabhu, please. Sorry. Please share. Relationship.
హరే కృష్ణ గురు మహారాజ్ యాక్చువల్లీ స్టార్టింగ్ నుంచి 108 విలేజ్ వరకు ఉన్నాను. తర్వాత మచిలీపట్నంలో వెళ్ళాము, ఒక విలేజ్. ఆ విలేజ్ మొత్తం క్రిస్టియన్తో నిండి ఉంది.
They all went to Machilipatnam village. The village is occupied with all the Christians.
మహారాజు ఆల్మోస్ట్ 4 days వెళ్ళాను, ఇంటర్వ్యూ.
So Maharaj was there for 4 days, but nobody was in interview.
తర్వాత మహారాజు అన్నది
Maharaj said, we don't want this village.
విలేజ్కి వెళ్ళాను. స్టార్టింగ్ లో చాలా చాలా కష్టమే ఉండేది.
Maharaj went to different villages. It was very hard.
ఫస్ట్ వీక్లీ 1 విలేజ్.
Maharaj told every week 1 village.
తర్వాత 1-2 months అయిపోయిన తర్వాత వీక్లీ 2 విలేజ్.
After 1-2 months, Maharaj told 2 villages.
తర్వాత అన్నారు 50 విలేజ్ అయిపోయిన తర్వాత లేదు వీక్లీ అట్లీస్ట్ 4-5 విలేజ్.
After 50 villages, Maharaj told at least 3-4 weeks.
అంటే మహారాజు అది ఏకాదశి ఉన్నా ఏదున్నా ఈ రోజు వెళ్ళాలి ప్రోగ్రామ్ అంటే వెళ్తారు. వేరే
If it's Ekadasi or any fasting day, Maharaj will go to that village and interview.
మహారాజు ఈ టైంకి వెళ్ళాలంటే మన టైంకి వెళ్ళాలంటే వెళ్తారు.
Even if Maharaj decided to go on this time, Maharaj will be on time. Even if he is having prasadam or not.
కేరళ వైపు వెళ్ళాము, అక్కడ అంతా ముస్లింలే.
So Maharaj also went to the Kerala side, and all Kerala is full of Muslims.
అక్కడ కూడా వాళ్ళందరినీ హరే కృష్ణ నేర్పించారు. ఇటు వెస్ట్ బెంగాల్ వెళ్ళాం. లాస్ట్ డేటింగ్
Maharaj went to Bangladesh border of the border of Bangladesh.
రామ్కేలి,
That is called Ramkeli.
ఆ విలేజ్ వెళ్ళాము. మామూలుగా ఎవ్రీ ప్రోగ్రామ్ ఈవినింగ్ 6 చేస్తాము, కానీ ఆ విలేజ్ లో మాత్రం మధ్యాహ్నం 12 గంటల నుంచి, ఎందుకంటే అక్కడ బాగుంది.
So every time generally Maharaj used to do 6 o'clock, but due to border issues, Maharaj came early at 12 o'clock.
అక్కడ వెరీ వెరీ చాలా చాలా కోరు ఎప్పుడున్నా కానీ మిషన్ కి ప్రతి ఒక్క విలేజ్కి వెళ్ళాలి, అక్కడ సపోర్ట్ ఉంది లేదు. తర్వాత డిఫరెంట్ ప్రాబ్లమ్స్, కానీ అవన్నీ సాల్వ్ చేసుకుంటూ లాస్ట్ లో 108 విలేజ్ ఫినిష్ చేశారు. అది
So even if the weather is too harsh, even if it's like winter or whatever, so now he never feels tired, and in happy he has completed his 108 villages.
108 విలేజ్ అయిపోయి కృష్ణోదయ వల్ల ఒక 1 వీక్ కూడా 4-5 days తర్వాత లాక్డౌన్.
So Maharaj has completed his 108 villages within after 4 or 5 days. He locked them.
తర్వాత నేను అనుకున్నాను అయ్యా.
So he relaxed after that.
అక్కడ కూడా ఖాళీగా అయ్యారు. ఫస్ట్ లాక్డౌన్ తర్వాత సెకండ్ లాక్డౌన్ కు మళ్ళీ ఇప్పుడు స్టార్ట్ చేశారు.
Maharaj, after the second lockdown, Maharaj immediately started his second mission, establishing Gurukulas.
సో మహారాష్ట్ర పాటు ఉంటే అంటే అర్థం చేసుకోవడం కష్టం. కాకపోతే ఏంటంటే ఎవ్రీ టైం ఏదో ఒకటి చేయాలి ప్రభుత్వం కోసం, లేదంటే కృష్ణ కోసం, ఈ మూమెంట్ లో ఏదో ఒకటి చేయాలి.
It is little difficult to understand Guru Maharaj, but his intention is always to serve Srila Prabhupada mission and for Krishna. And yeah.
ఓకే, ఇంకా మూమెంట్ చాలా.
There are a lot to say, but because of the time concern, please. Let us say 3 times Hari Bol for Guru Maharaj. Hari Bol. Hari Bol. Hari Bol. I request Guru Maharaj to say a few words about your PhD.
Actually, there are a good number of devotees here who were helpful at different stages. Actually, the whole list is, I hope I didn't forget anyone, is in the actual thesis itself, as normally it is done. Definitely, to accomplish this research would not at all have been possible without the close assistance. There were different levels actually of devotees, those who were traveling with me on a daily basis, and of course, Radha Prabhu was, as he mentioned, from the very beginning to the end, right there, and Govinda Prabhu. These were the two main devotees with me physically on a daily basis. And then I had a whole group of devotees when the data started to come in, who were involved in translating, because not everyone speaks English. And therefore there was a lot of work to be done. Champakalata Devidasi is one of the translators and most active, actually, the largest number of village interviews. You know, in each village there were 6 local leaders interviewed, so 6 times 108 is like over 700 interviews that needed to be transcribed. And before transcribing, some of them needed to be translated from whatever local language. Some people spoke in Hindi. This was in Maharashtra, because we covered 7 states. So that was a whole, group of devotees very much involved. And then a group of devotees closely connected with Osmania University were people like Savar Mangal Prabhu and Satyahit, Govinda Prabhu as well, but especially, and at the last minute means once the data was collected, one of the most kind of like, one of the areas I had not yet resolved, because in any kind of research, they expect that you make comparisons and that you take out some statistics as to what is being analyzed, etc. And statistics is not my cup of tea. I don't like statistics. And I was asking around who knows about statistics, because we have to present something and put it in charts and like that. And more or less at the last minute, I happened to come. It came to my knowledge that one devotee in Bangalore was a professional in statistics. That was his job. So I came to know this. At that time, his name was Prafula. His name is Prabhupada, initiated name. So he was agreeable to take up actually, which was quite an involved matter. A large section of the thesis is giving all these charts with pie charts and this and that, with and of course in the regional thesis it's all there in color. So I'm sure I'm forgetting devotees, but we had coordinators for every state who would be arranging various villages. So it was a combined effort actually that made all of this possible, and I'm really very grateful for all of you supported in various different ways. And yes, the primary purpose or reason was to bring everyone's attention, and that still is a core aspect of this whole research, which needs, I would say, to be followed up. The whole intent was to bring our attention to the need of reaching out in the villages. Basically, it's an outreach in the villages because it is in the villages that our basic culture is to be found, and that needs to be and our villages, not only in India but around the world, are in danger right now. So simultaneously, I want to thank all of you who helped in various ways. I will be on my way to Mayapur after a few days. Actually, on the 29th, the day after tomorrow, there is ceremony in Mayapur. It's called Mayapur. That happens to be Purnima. So we have a special event for distributing sets of Srimad bhagavatm. So the Sri Prabhu requested me to there. The next day we're going to Kunja-Bihari, where for 2 days, culminating on the 2nd, which is Gandhi's national holiday, birthday. There will be an official opening of the Varnashram College on that day, the 2nd, with some government officials having been invited as well. And the very next day, on the 3rd, I will be carrying this thesis, this book, and actually offering it to Srila Prabhupada. That's the first thing I look at when I reach Mayapur. And so I don't want the book to go around so much, but everyone can just have a look at it without, yeah. The book is a compilation of, as per standard university requirement. Normally, it's not so big in terms of pages. This is like I believe 928 pages. Generally, actually, when I was speaking to Vinupal, who's in Mayapur and who got his PhD some years back from Benares University, he told me that actually thesis, a couple hundred pages is okay. At that time, I think I was in 600, and I said, my thesis is going to be more than 200 pages. And, but anyways, because the subject matter covered many villages and many communities outside of India, for each of the community outside of India, actually, at the request of my supervisor, who is Dr. whom we met yesterday, is actually the head of the Department of Sociology. He's also the supervisor, so he's the main person. From the beginning, knowing when he came to know I was wanting to visit some of our communities in the foreign countries, he became very captivated by this thought that, oh, there's villages villages outside in India. Then you have to, for each one you visit, make a case study, which I did, of course. It's a little bit more because it's only end. If I would have had to do a case study for 108 village in India, I think we would have more volumes than this one. Certainly it's very involved and it takes quite a bit more time and more material to report. In any event, this is the outcome. And day before yesterday, we had the Bhavan ceremony seminar with 4 or 5 PhD professors there, along with some students who are pursuing their PhD. And yeah, it was within 1 hour. We planned to speak just for about 15-20 minutes, summarize in 15-20 minutes all of this. Which is one doctor told me, speak for half an hour. So then when then at the beginning, the person conducting said, yeah, you can speak for 15, maybe 20 minutes. So I had to, basically I read my abstract, which was summarizing the whole thesis and spoke a few other small things. And then there was some little discussion, and, then it was, basically that's the formality, and then they took a picture offering, and after the ceremony, then okay, now they are officially accepting the thesis as is part of what is needed to be receiving the title of doctorate in philosophy on the subject matter of Vedic sociology. So once again, thank you all very much. Happy with the efforts so as possible to give more prominence to the subject matter of Varnashram. Prabhupada ki Hare Krishna.
Yes. Please. One more 4 minutes. After this. Space.
Decoration, you don't want to cut. So I should take a picture.
Yes, yes. Ramesh will speak. Yes, they can.
Because everyone has.
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda.
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 Jaya Krita Chandra Jaya Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Krita Chandra Jaya Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Gaur Premanandi Hari Bol. कौन सा केक है? आपको ही
Whoever has not broken the contract.
you can use the last minute.
Yes, they will.
Take the change, bro.
Hari Bol. I leave it to
He was waiting to get the line. Keep 7 months.
No, no.